Okay, good afternoon, everybody. As per class on Thursday, rather than promote any new material for this week, we decided that a good use of our asynchronous lecture time would be to go over the team PowerPoint presentation. So the team PowerPoint presentation was assigned earlier this week and is due on February 10th. So let's go through the assignment briefing. Again, this assignment briefing can be found under the assignment on Blackboard. Okay, so you can always refer back to this document at any time. So starting at the beginning, so team presentations, they're due, and we will be doing them in class, or you will be presenting in class on February 10th at 8 a.m. to 9:15, so during our Thursday lecture. So in that ideal circumstance, everyone is in person at that time. Everyone from the team is responsible to be present for the presentation. If there's circumstances that dictate your inability to come on campus, please contact me and we can discuss that in more detail if needed. So the actual PowerPoint document should be submitted through Save Assign in Blackboard by 11:59 that night on February 10th. And then there's also the peer evaluation. So the peer evaluations I will discuss here shortly. So this project is worth 10% of your course. So the goals of this project, so to deliver a presentation as a team using PowerPoint. So you've had some experiences with PowerPoint already throughout your course in the program. To design an effective PowerPoint presentation, to organize the presentation in a meaningful way with the use of emotional appeals. So if you recall, we talked about rational appeals versus emotional appeals in the APRA 125 class, but that information is in your book if you need some clarification. And then to speak with the audience using good eye contact. So that's the project goals. Now, we're having a guest speaker coming in this Wednesday, February 2nd, to provide you with a really great presentation on how to create effective PowerPoint presentations. So reminder, attendance is crucial on Wednesday for our Wednesday lab. So the assignment requirements. The computer has randomly generated teams of 3 or 4 members, and your team is available in groups in Blackboard for APRA 155. So you'll be able to see your groups there. Remember, this is different than the teams that were assigned for the newsletter assignment. This is the groups that are listed in Blackboard. So they should be groups of between 3 and 4 classmates. They were just assigned at random. So you need to present a 3 to 5 minute PowerPoint presentation in class on an administrative related career. So for example, a receptionist, admin assistant, executive assistant, bookkeeper, etc. There's a huge list of them here. So you're presenting on that industry and on that employment. So create that 3 to 5 minute PowerPoint presentation on that specific career. You can find information on salaries on the ALICE website, which is listed here. It's a very helpful website where you can find some information specifically to a particular career. In your presentation, you must include showing a link, so showing how you would include a link into a PowerPoint. You have to include a 20 to 30 second video clip, so something that shows an example perhaps of the career, and a graph. So those are 3 pieces that have to be included in your PowerPoint presentation. The teams will present their PowerPoint presentation on Thursday, February 10th in class. Okay. So, second requirement, all team members must be present for the presentation. If there's exceptions to this, I will work with you, but please let me know in advance. The time limit for this presentation is 3 to 5 minutes. Here is a list of how points will be deducted if you are not within this time frame. So if you're between 2 minutes and 30 seconds and 5 minutes and 30 seconds, so about 30 seconds on either side, you won't lose marks. But if you're below by a minute, so between 2 minutes and 2:29, or above by a minute, so between 5:30 and 6 minutes, you're going to lose half a point out of 10. And then if you're even shorter or longer, so under 2 minutes or over 6 minutes, you're losing a full point out of 10. So being mindful and practicing your PowerPoint presentation together is important to make sure that your time is within that 3 to 5 minute range. On the first page of the PowerPoint, be sure to provide the first names and last names of all the team members who deserve credit for the project. Now, if there was a team member who didn't pull their weight and did not participate, I'll be looking to make sure that to see whose names are on that first page of the PowerPoint. If a student's name is missing, we will address that. Then in class on February 10th, your team will present your PowerPoint presentation to the class. You're going to make sure to maintain good eye contact with the audience. You're not going to be just looking behind you and reading your PowerPoint. You're going to be presenting to the class. Practice using the PowerPoint until you are prepared to do your presentation. All members must participate in the presentation, and members must dress in appropriate business attire. Okay, so wearing appropriate business attire, if you have questions on what that means, let me know. But it typically includes things like dress pants, dress skirts, blazers, dress shoes, appropriate button-down shirts for tops. Depends on what you're interested in, but if you want some clarification on that, just let me know. I'm happy to provide you with some guidance there. You will also need to conduct a peer evaluation. So that's on the next page of this document here, and we'll go through that. But a peer evaluation will identify strengths and weaknesses of the folks that you worked with. So you'll complete a peer evaluation on your team members, but not yourself, and submit it to Blackboard by February 10th. If you fail to hand in the peer evaluation, you will receive a 0 for the peer evaluation portion of your grade. If you do not add up the total and divide by 5 and round to a decimal place, you will also lose 1 point out of 5 for the peer evaluation score. So this is very important. Again, following instructions. So in terms of the breakdown of your grades, the presentation and the PowerPoint will be 10 points. Your peer evaluation will be 5, which brings your total amount of marks available to 15. So let's look at the peer evaluation form. So this is due that same day at 11:59, so 10 p.m. or February 10th at 11:59. You're going to write your information in here. So write your name in the evaluator spot. It says team color. I will change this. It should be team number. Your team number should be showing on your group in Blackboard. Then you go through and identify, so the questions are on the left-hand side. You're going to look at each team member, so you put their names at the top, so team number 1, 2, and 3, and then you'll identify if that person did a fair share of the work and was well prepared, and you provide them with a score. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you go through and you answer that for each person. So let's say I was grading myself here. I would put my name in. And hopefully I'm doing all the work I'm supposed to and being a good teammate. So I'm going to identify that I did excellent work here, that I was cooperative with other group members, shared and communicated ideas, attended scheduled team meetings to work on the project, and completed high quality of work. Okay, but you can rank your classmates based on their participation in the project. Then you're going to take an average. So as we discussed, this is like calculating the mean. You are going to add these all up. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so add them up, divide by 5, and round to 1 decimal place. Okay, and then you put your final score in this spot here. Okay. So again, if the student does not complete this form on all teammates, the students will receive a 0 grade on their peer evaluation. If the student doesn't divide the total by 5 and round up to the decimal point, so complete your average down below here, you'll lose 1 mark from this peer evaluation component. Okay. So that is the PowerPoint presentation. Again, you can find this on Blackboard under assignments. This summary will be posted in week 4 for the asynchronous lecture, so if you want to review it at a later time, feel free to do so. Otherwise, again, remember in class February 2nd, we've got a guest presenter on how to effectively use PowerPoint. So you'll really want to be mindful and be present for that presentation so that you can do well on this project. All right, I believe that is everything. If you have any questions, just email me. Take care.